Okay, folks, ladies and gents, boys and girls, those who identify as a toaster oven, microwave oven, refrigerator, stove, car in the driveway. Uh, anyway, you know what I mean. Anyway, folks, I hope you had a wonderful Easter. I hope Easter has been great for you. Um, However, though, I'm going to tell you something, and I really want to tell you this just straight up from the bottom of my heart. Um, by this time next year, I would say that you need to enjoy what time you have left of being able to buy everything and do everything and go and do as you please and everything else. By this time next year, the United States dollar will no longer exist as a really big world global currency, and the United States dollar is collapsing really bad. But it's not the United States dollar that's going to collapse. It's not the United States uh, basically from getting into much debt. They've done a good job of slowing it down. They really have. But what's going to get this country in so bad of trouble is the BRICS dollar. And by the time this time next year, next Easter, yeah, by this time next year or next Easter, you mark my words. You mark my words. By this time next Easter, there will be no BRICS. There will not be a United States dollar. The BRICS dollar is going to get turned on. And the reason why the BRICS dollar is going to get turned on is because it's going to be a currency by this time next year, is because of all the tariffs and all the stuff we've done and everything else. Okay, and on top of that, we're putting tariffs and we're doing things to our own allies. I mean, like right now, we got tariffs going into Canada. Canada has tariffs coming to the United States. We've got tariffs going into Mexico. Tariffs coming back in the United States from Mexico. So we've got tariffs this way. We've got tariffs this way. We got tariffs going to China. We got tariffs coming from China. So we've got tariffs going and coming. We've got now Trump. Now get this. Now this is the big killer right here. Trump has tried to talk to the rest of the world, 70 leaders around the world. He's trying to get all of them to stop importing and dealing with goods from China. So basically what he's doing is he's trying to economically kill China. Okay? Well, basically, yeah, economically kill China. Basically, bring them to the table. Okay? And the way he's trying to do this, he's trying to bring them to the table to make them obey, right? But here's the deal. China is not going to play this game. Russia is not going to play this game. Then you got Brazil, the BRICS dollars, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Okay, so we got all these countries. And then now you've got Saudi Arabia who's going to stop giving giving oil to the United States with the United States dollar. Okay, that's already been said a while back, but they're going to do that. All right, so I've got all these different things here, all these different things. They're all going to fall into place. All these little pieces are going to fall into place. And Turkey and them are talking about going to this dollar. All these other countries have said, hey, sign me up, join me in. Only ones that hasn't really done it is basically British type countries and Australia, British type countries in Australia. But even Germany has even talked about joining this BRICS dollar. I mean, really. And so has France and all these other people. Okay. The European countries, Italy and all them, they've all been talking about joining the BRICS dollar. Okay. So essentially what happens is, the minute the BRICS dollar kicks on, the United States dollar goes, and we're done. So basically, all you can do right now as a country, and all we can do as people who are prepping, is stock up on everything we can buy. Okay, I mean anything and everything you need to buy, anything you can get that you need to get it. But I mean a lot of, and the thing about it is, after Trump's done all this, it just can't go but nowhere but down. it's not going to go back up because it can't go nowhere back down after all the stuff and all the stunts he's pulled. For one simple reason, because he can. It's like getting into a fight with a really big guy. Okay, when you get into a fight with a really big guy, 6'8", and he weighs 310 pounds. Well, when you punch that guy and you start punching, that's when you just keep punching that guy. Okay, if you stop hitting that guy and he gets up, your ass is whooped. You get it? Okay, so essentially, what it is essentially is that if we stop punching that guy, then we're done. They're gonna punch. We're just gonna punch and punch it. We have to keep on punching, right? Okay, so with all that punching, somebody's going to get tired of it, and they're just going to stand up. Eventually, they're going to get up off the ground, and then they're going to start punching back. Okay, so Trump cannot stop punching. He has to keep punching at this point. Him and the rest of them have made such a mess of this at this point that there is a point of no return now. Okay, because of all the tariffs and all the stuff he's doing. And on top of that, the way he's pissing off Mexico, pardon French, but he is. And on top of that, he's making China really mad too. In other ways with stuff that's going on with Canada and different kind of things, it's pretty bad. But a lot of this stuff's kind of like getting flowed in through Canada from China, just going right into America. So we've got all this stuff, and we're making all these people mad. We're making all these. We got the cartel down south of the border right now. The cartel south of the border has got a military pretty much going down there, and they're pretty much ready to take on the United States military at any given time. Okay, so if they turn on that BRICS dollar, even Mexico's a part of that BRICS dollar too. Now Canada hasn't won part of that BRICS dollar, but Mexico's even won a part of that BRICS dollar. Brazil, I think all the Central and South American countries, they're part of BRICS dollar. So when all this kicks on and the light switch kicks on, there's the BRICS dollar. When that BRICS dollar starts, you're done. Right now you got China dumping the United States dead. That's the reason why Trump's going after China so hard, because they're dumping the United States dead. Okay, so by this time next year, now just hear my words on this, and I really don't want to make this video too long, because I don't want to ramble on. I know how I am. But mark my words on this. By this time next year, I about promise you that you will not have a dollar anymore. Okay, and so I'm going to tell you like it is. Stock up on food. Stock up on medical supplies. Food, medical supplies, which I could use more medical supplies and more food myself. Some of my canned goods have gotten kind of old, and I need to restock my canned goods. So I think one of the things I'm gonna do is just go buy a bunch of canned goods. So really, I need to restock my canned goods more. I need to rebuild my. I need to add a lot more medical supplies. I need to add way more. Well, not a lot more, but I need to add definitely some more. And I need to add more medical supplies. I need to probably even look at. I got guns. Everybody knows I got guns. I got guns and I got plenty of ammo. I always say they're really more towards a number one thing, because if you don't have that, you don't have anything else. But really, guns. If you don't have one, get ammo. All right, and if you got other issues, let's say some kind of health issues, maybe, let's say a bad tooth or something like that, or let's say you need a new pair of glasses, which I got to get a new pair of glasses before December anyway myself, and really, because I got to go take my driver's license test, and then I would like to have nice clean vision, nice clean crisp vision when I go, so it's time to get new glasses. Plus, these are really big and bulky. They just don't really look great on my face. It's not as good as the last pair I had. This was a backup pair. But anyway, I need to go get me another pair of glasses, and I'll do that eventually. I need to go down there and go get some things done. So I'll go get me a new pair of I'll go get me a new pair of glasses, and everything else. And then on top of that, I'll probably get me probably get me 3 pair actually of glasses. And when the whole thing falls apart too, you also need to look at not just health problems and stuff like that, and pills, medicines, vitamins be a good thing to have, protein shakes, protein stuff. But one thing else you need to quite look at is having uh, just plenty of natural resources too. Uh, what can you grow if you need to, and everything else, and you got to be able to protect what you grow too. Second thing is not just protect what you grow, but you also need to be able to um, just get out here and really get it done, man. You really just need to be able to work on getting out here and getting it done. I'm really not keeping a clear train of thought here. I don't know why, but yeah, you need to be working on my sinuses up, man. There's so much pollen out there. Uh, you need to be working on getting out there and getting it done, okay? And another thing I would suggest too is, well, it's different if you're a renter compared to a home buyer. But if you're somewhere like in the city, really in the city type thing, and if there's any way possible for you to get out of especially a blue city, or someplace where that city is like kind of more kind of ghetto like, so to speak. If you can get out of a city like that, I would recommend finding a way out of that city. And I mean before Easter comes next year. Because when Easter hits next year, buddy, it's going to be hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. And then you need to be out of that city. Okay? The bottom line is when this finally goes down, the inner cities are going to be a nightmare. It's going to be about an escape route, get out, and everything else. Because, I mean, essentially, your dollar is not going to work. It's not going to work the way it used to. One thing about it, people that's been buying gold and silver really are going to be ahead if they try to accept currency, this and that. The dollars, when the dollar gets weak and everything falls apart, gold is going to be ahead. And on top of that, gold will actually be able to be transferred over from the American dollar. Will be able to be transferred over from the American dollar to the new BRICS currency that's going to come online. Okay, so that's really an advantage, but there's also a disadvantage. Is that gold is so expensive that really to get to that is, it's so expensive, and the silver isn't as bad. And really what I would recommend is if you want to get into precious metals, now this is my opinion, and you don't know if it comes down to it, and let's say the BRICS dollar gets turned on, you don't know the government in the United States here is not going to try to make the any kind of gold on it illegal, And on top of that, there's another issue that you have here in the United States, is that when this all happens, our own government is going to be one of our own worst enemies, and that's just a fact, okay? But at the same time, though, the government here in the United States will fall too. It's going to fall if that happens, because they are not able to take on and handle the United States population. As many guns we have in this population, as much as we have, and the people we have that have all the knowledge and the experience and the know-how that they've got here in the United States, they are not going to be able the government's not going to be able to stop these people at all. They're going to be able to they're not going to be able to stop them, and that's where us having guns, us having our own food, us having our own resources and stuff like that is going to come out in advance. But really, the reason why I would really say to buy silver too is, like I said, the government at any given time can make this stuff, they can make this stuff illegal, and they're going to become your worst enemy. So if you got gold in your house, it's going to become something the government's going to want, because they're going to trade that for the BRICS dollar, okay? So gold can be made illegal, and it's been made illegal in the past. Okay, they've taken every ounce of it, and and they might give you a little bit of money for it, but they've taken every ounce of gold in the past, and made it actually illegal to own. Okay, so what I'd recommend is buying silver, because they're not going to come after silver so much. Then again, they may come after the silver if the silver is really valuable with the other countries' currencies, then they'll come after that too. Okay, they need gold for many different reasons, for many different things, many different reasons. It's something they need. I mean, like the electrical connectors and electrical wiring, and like the computer wiring and different kind of stuff like that. It's got a lot of gold in it. Okay, and tanks and different things. So they need gold. Okay, and we can get. Here's the deal: we can get that. I mean, we can own gold, but the question is, if the BRICS dollar turns on, will that gold be worth anything? So my thing is, I would basically tell you to buy silver if you're going to buy anything, and it's cheaper. It's way cheaper. You can silver stack, and it's probably about the best thing you're going to do. Start silver to stacking. As far as any kind of money goes, okay. But I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to just warn you. You do what you want to. You don't have to believe me. I can't make you believe me, but I'm going to tell you that I would definitely be looking at buying food, medical supplies, groceries, and stuff like that. I mean, get after it, man. Get after it hard, because when this goes down, they are going. The United States entire system will collapse. Okay. Anyway, you be good. You be good at it. I hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend. I hope you had a great time. It's been a beautiful weekend. People were out having a great time, and it looked wonderful. I'm really happy to see how happy that our country is right now. But do me a favor and promise me that you will start big time buying and prepping again, because it's going to be very important. It's going to be way worse than anything you ever thought with COVID, whenever this is. Okay? Be good. Take it easy. Be good at it. And happy Easter, my friends. All right. So I'm out here picking on the Subaru lot today. Might as well call it picking on the Subaru lot. This one, it fell down in the thing. But I've been checking out some of the prices. I think more or less these prices are, I don't know what to say. I mean, Subaru is a more quality car, and they've never been a cheap car either. I mean, right here, $33,487. This is for an Outback. And all Subarus are. This is for an Outback, and it's 28 miles per gallon. And all Subarus are all-wheel drive also. And they're actually pretty decent vehicles. They're not really bad vehicles. They're actually pretty good vehicles. This one are big boy lineups here. I like to come out and kind of peek around at nighttime and the evening times and stuff, and times when the cars are gone. This one's $40,000, and this is at Ascent. I don't know how I feel about that one. $40,000, but $33,000. I guess is a little better than some of the other cars. I mean, when you consider, what you get and everything else. I mean, here's a real. I guess it just depends on you, really. What do you prefer more? Do you prefer more something like that, or do you prefer more something like this? I was looking at this one a minute ago. This one's $44,000. Holy crap, that's an Outback. So, but I think it's one of those XRT off-road packages. This one's got different kind of wheels and tires and stuff on it. So this is more of a basic Outback here. And I was looking at it. $36,000 for it. For something or other. And I mean, really, when it comes down to it, though, I think it partially also comes down to who's got the money to pay these kind of prices. Now, this one is 35. 35. It's like, come on, thing. 35. It's 30. 30. It's kind of hard to get this thing to. There we go. 35. 298. Still a lot of money, though, guys. I don't know who's got the kind of cash to pay that kind of money. These things. Let me jump on back here. These might be a little bit of a cheaper type car. They got some. Yeah, they got actually more new car selection. But there's more of a pre-owned car selection. So let's check these back here out. Still at $35,000 range for these. Let's check this guy out right here. This is more on a regular type thing here. Oh, 29,000. 29,000. And really, I've already went to the Honda lots and stuff like that. And generally speaking, $25,000 to $29,000, $30,000 is what you're going to pay, man. I mean, it's just what it is. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Here's $32,000. $32,239. That's a Crosstrek. A little bit bigger vehicle too. Have a nice little trunk space for you anyway. But I mean, yeah, when it comes down to it, it really narrows down to what you can do and what you can't. I prefer the Outbacks myself, but everybody's money situation is different. This is a more basic white right here. This one's pretty. Let's check this guy out. Now check out that white one. But just wonder what the pretty one goes for. 32. 32. Pretty nice. Somebody come by and waved at me. Must work here. I come here for parts before, and they're pretty good people in the parts department. There used to be a guy who was here, wasn't too good of a guy to work with. I tried to talk to him about buying a Subaru one time, and I was gonna buy a used one off of him, but he was being a real smart aleck, so I just didn't like the guy. $31,380 for this. And this is a Forester. These are your Foresters back here. If you're interested in something like that. I mean, when you compare them out to Hondas, I mean, they're all-wheel drive systems too. And when you compare them out to Hondas, I think it really just is going to depend on you. And I think it's going to depend on your needs and what you want, and if you want a two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Plus on top of that, you got your Toyotas too. That's running about $30,000. About all the cars these days, about any vehicle these days that's worth anything is a minimum of $25,000 to $30,000 minimum, I'd say. I come up here to actually pick on a Subaru lineup, but when I got up here, I was a little more impressed because there's some pretty nice Subarus over there, and it's not too badly priced for used ones, but they're still high enough that I can put a hurting on them. Well, $29,781 for the Legacy. That's a good looking car. It's a real good looking car there. But the question is, though, with the economy the way it is, everything's tanking and falling apart as quick as it's falling apart. Even if you have your house paid for and all this and that, and you're willing to take the chance of buying a home, not buying a car, I was going to say buying a home. If you're willing to take that chance, $40,000 for this, Just one of the terrace. Yeah, but if you're willing to take a chance of actually buying one of these and actually going through that process, I think the bigger question is, it really depends on you. What are you willing to do? I mean, if you already got your house paid for, and you're like, hey, what's going to happen? The bank's going to take it from me, then hell, if you want to go for it, you can go for it. If not, this is clearly $13,900. One thing I like about this dealership, they do put things right on there. You know what it is, $13,900, and then it also says the miles, 172,000 miles. Woo-wee. My Honda's 2012. It don't have that many miles. Look here, 2019, 28,000 miles, and it's $29,000. And this is a, got to give them credit though. It is a Lexus, 28,000 miles on it. So you got to give them a little credit for that. Oh, this is a Subi. Now this is a Nissan. I'll skip on Nissan. I'm not even going to mention it. But yeah, this is another thing that really kind of impressed me more, was like this Subaru here has 92,647, $16,900. And really these days, the way they are with cars these days, that they got a car that's got 100,000 on it, still asking a pretty good amount of money. This is a 4-cylinder engine. Mileage 80,000 miles. 2008 18 Subaru Outback. It's got 80,000, 19.9. I mean, I'm just looking at it from a standpoint of everything else. This is a 3.6 loaded Outback. Loaded. See what kind of price this is. 98,587 miles. $19,900, and that's a loaded Outback. Not a bad looking car. I mean, so that's like I said, this just kind of impressed me a little more. This is a leather with loaded. We sold new leather with loaded, so they sold this car. Then they turned around and got a trade-in, 82,634 miles. It's $21,000. So I think really, when it comes down to it, these are all-wheel drive systems and everything else. So you got to give that credit too. And Subaru has never been the cheapest car out there on the market. It just has never been. $24,900. Let's see. And it's only got 64,000 miles on it. And it looks like a pretty nice package. No bumpers, no wheel damage or nothing like that. Then I got another one over here. This is one off by itself for some reason. It's got 117 miles on it. 15,900 miles. That's a 2017 model. So 117,000 miles. I mean, yeah, like I said, they've never been the cheapest car. I mean, even when I was younger, the Subaru was going for $20,000. Back when I was younger, they were going for that kind of money. They just never have been the cheapest car. And they're actually pretty good, reliable cars. They're a Japanese company, actually. They're Japanese-made cars. They're actually pretty decent cars. They give, if well taken care of, and you get a right model in the right year, they actually are pretty good cars. Got the Volkswagen Boxer engine in them. It's an opposed 4, two cylinders going one way and 2 cylinders going the other. But yeah, I mean, then on top of that, like I come in here one day, I actually bought a radiator cap for Subaru, and AutoZone wanted for that Subaru. AutoZone wanted I think it was $15 for that radiator cap. Come in here and got it for $9. A $15 radiator cap down at AutoZone is $9 here directly at the Subaru place. And most times, anything you want to buy for Subaru is cheaper at buying it at the Subaru place and going OEM than going down here to AutoZone or Advance to buy it. And that's another thing I really like about Subaru. They're actually a pretty good vehicle and a pretty good value. And they are all-wheel drive if you live in a place where you need a little bit of all-wheel drive system. If you don't, let's say you live on down at some beach or some place like that, you never get snow, then I'm going to ask why you want a Subaru. Anyway, be good.